Now we are going to discuss another form of the client-side state management, that is query string. Basically, whenever you perform any search operation in Google or maybe in any particular product based site, you may have noticed like after URL some information regarding the project, the particular product has been appended. So that is nothing but a query string. Whenever you want to make some searching and you want to traverse from one page to another, so along with the page you can also bind some information apart from that in the URL itself, that is a query string. So basically that will be added at the end of URL. Basically it is separated by a question mark symbol. You can use query string to submit data back to your page or to another through the URL. So for example, if I am in a product based website and I am clicking on a particular mobile handset, on the next page I want the detailed information of that. So as soon as I will click on that mobile, it will send the product ID to the another page and the details of that particular product can be fetched from the database in order to show the details. Similarly, I will just keep changing the product ID and the same page will show me the output for or the details for the different products. So such things can be done by the query string. As you know, like we can see the query string in the address bar just after the URL. So it is not at all secure, so we will make sure that we are not putting any secured information out there. So in this way it is very simple to implement, but yes, it's a very limited way to share the information or to maintain the information in a web page. So let's see a quick implementation of a query string in ASP.NET.
So here in the implementation of query string, as you can see, I have taken a couple of hyperlink controls with the particular text 101, and if I'll come in the HTML of this particular, then we can check like here in the property called navigate URL, I'm actually redirecting to the page called empdetails.aspx, and right after that I have put a question mark symbol, which is actually a separator between the page URL and the query string. Right there, I have taken the query string variable name id with equals to some value. You can also put it in the runtime by if you want to get the value at the execution time itself from the database. Similarly, there are a couple of hyperlinks which are taking me to the same page but with the different IDs. And here I have this EMP details in which I just put one h2 tag with the employee details heading. I haven't read the query in string right here so far. So let's execute and check so far whatever I've done. So as you can see, 101, 102 are the two IDs which I can see here. I'll click. I got the employee details page here, and at the URL you can see empdetails.aspx and then ID is equal to 102. Now, if I want to read this particular value from the address bar, what can I do? For that, I'll come to the employee details page, and here on the page load event, I'll take a string. Since it's query string, it will be giving me a value of string type. So string ID is equal to request.queryString. Since I'm reading a value right here, so I will use the request object here, and the name of the query string here is ID. So I'll just pass that, and I don't need to convert it to string because it will automatically send the value of string type. And later I can put that in a label, or if I want I can print it like that, response.write ID. So let's execute it again. So when I'll click on 101, it will show 101 right here. Similarly, if I click on 102, it will show me 102. So this is about how you can share a single value from one page to another using the query string. But if you want, you can also concatenate the query strings for passing multiple values. For example, if I want to bind name as well, what I can do, I will use name is equal to any particular name in both the situations, like here name is equal to then again some name. Now, when I'll click this, I'll reach EMP details, and here I will read one more value like string name request.queryString name. Alright, and now rather than using response.write, I will use one label. So I'll take a couple of label controls. Label 1, label 2. We'll put the default text as blank. And now here, label 1 dot text is equal to ID. Label 2 dot text is equal to name. So as I said, we'll not put any secured information right here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just passing some normal values. Now in the browser, when I click on 101, it will take me here in EMP details with the value 101 and Anadi. Similarly, I'll come back, I'll click on another ID, and again I got the ID and name. Since here I'm using these values to get printed, if you want, you can start fetching some data from the database using these values. So this is how you can start working with the basic operations of query string.